guys, we are back again for another installment of our Project Audi S6 build. Guys, this is going to be absolutely ridiculous. As you guys heard from our last video, yes, it's about that time. We are getting ready to go the full stage 3 build on this S6. We're getting ready to make some massive power. I'm super fired up. So without further ado, let's hit that intro. Guys, so I hope everybody enjoyed that little intro sequence there. I want to take a minute to do a quick build overview. So we're going to talk about all of our individual components, every single piece of the puzzle that it takes to put together a build like this on the C7, C7.5 4-liter platform. Now guys, make sure if you haven't already, definitely hit that subscribe button down below. We've got a very strong library of automotive content, so if you're new here, consider subscribing. So let's go ahead and take some time to cover our complete parts list for a stage 3 build for the S6. Starting off with number 1. For this build, we chose the HPA Motorsports RS7 hybrid turbos. These turbos, or any equivalent RS7 replacement turbo, is really going to take any S6, S7 to basically like your off-the-shelf stage 3 level. These would also be drop-in factory replacements for any Audi S8 or Audi RS7. There are a pretty good variety of aftermarket turbocharger upgrades for the 4.0T platform. Huge thanks to the guys over at HPA Motorsports for working with me on this particular build. I'll also make sure to leave all applicable links for these parts in the description box down below, just in case you guys need to purchase any of these parts. So guys, moving on to the next piece of the puzzle here. This is a very important component for any 4.0T build. That of course is going to be an oil feed line relocation kit. As you guys already know, the 4.0T is very prone to premature turbocharger failure as a result of the clogged oil screens. So the purpose of the oil feed line relocation kit, guys, these kits do include serviceable filters that you can change on basically any routine maintenance interval. So you're not gonna have to worry about problems with clogged oil screens, horrific catastrophes. You can pretty much move on and put that problem behind you. Moving along to our next piece here, guys. As far as cooling, we went with the JH Motorsports heat exchanger. This is a clean bolt-in upgrade for any 3.0T or 4.0T car. Very simplistic installation, drops right in, not too complicated. You can pick these up in both the silver as well as the black finish. I chose the silver just to keep things clean. You can't go wrong either way. I personally chose to go with the silver, but you go with whatever makes you happy. As you guys know, the 4.0T is a twin turbo V8, produces a massive amount of heat, so we want to do everything we can to address cooling to prevent the car from heat soaking and ultimately losing power. Now, as far as software on the car, we are going to be running APR Stage 3 with the RS7 turbo file, and of course the matching APR DSG tune. I can't stress it enough, guys. You got to go with the DSG tune, better shift points, increased clutch clamping pressure. It's going to help support these high torque files, so always want to make sure that you have matching ECU and TCU software. Next on the list, guys, ignition. This is another really important department here. We went ahead and picked up a nice set of 8 OEM RS7 spark plugs. Great drop-in replacement. This is applicable to so many different platforms, both on the 2-liter and the 4-liter Volkswagen Audis. I would always suggest, if you haven't already, take a look at the manufacturer's recommended gap specs based on whatever tune you're going to be running. You always want to make sure to follow those guidelines to keep your motor happy. Now, as far as air intakes, air filters, this is really totally up to the person, however you decide to approach this. As you guys have seen, I've done a lot of videos talking about the pros and cons, likes and dislikes for factory air boxes, aftermarket air boxes, cold air intakes, hot air intakes, open and closed styles, all that kind of different stuff. So definitely check out the channel. I've got a good library of content covering some of these different topics. So make sure to check those out if you haven't already. Now, how that pertains to our particular S6 build here, I'm actually going with a very simple K&N washable lifetime drop-in filter. This is a very cost-effective upgrade. It's going to get rid of that paper air filter, and of course we're going to save some money. We don't have to necessarily fork over $1,000 on some fancy carbon fiber box. If you choose to do so, that is totally your choice. I'm not against it by any means. If you choose to go with some type of aftermarket air intake, I would definitely stay on the side of a closed style intake. That way you're not gonna be pulling in all that hot engine bay air, which typically does result in a loss of power. You really can't go wrong with K&N. It's a company that's been around for many, many years. They've supported so many different platforms in the industry, so always a simple, cost-effective drop-in solution for the air intake. You guys might have also seen the recent video I had done about the PCV oil separator. This is a very common point of failure on the 4.0T. This piece is buried pretty deep in the engine bay within the valley of the motor. So you want to make sure if you're going to tear into this thing, if you're going to get into a full build, if you have not taken care of your PCV oil separator, now is the time. As I had mentioned on that video, of course, you want to stay OEM, genuine Volkswagen, Audi. So we went ahead and picked up a brand new oil separator that we're going to be replacing as well. Now, one other piece I would recommend picking up for any 4-liter build, that would be the JH Motorsports throttle inlet pipe. So you can see these two silicone pieces. They fit very nicely. Simple, clean drop-in replacement. As you guys know, a lot of these rubber silicone pieces do wear out over time, so this is a good way to make sure that everything is sealed up appropriately. And to go ahead and wrap it up, guys, Liqui Moly 5W40 Moly Gen. Always want to do everything you can to promote health and longevity for these motors. Moly Gen does, of course, have your Ceratec, your friction modifiers, all that good stuff to help keep up and reduce your wear and tear. If you guys take a look on the software side as far as what we can expect as far as our projected horsepower and torque figures, you can see APR Stage 3 with the RS7 turbos running 93 octane. We're looking at around 634 horsepower and 670-ish pound-feet of torque. So we're definitely approaching big boy power, so looking forward to making some serious gains, and I can't wait to take the first drive to give you guys an awesome reaction. So that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today's build overview, guys, for the Stage 3 Audi S6. I hope you guys find this information helpful and informative. Anybody that's looking to build one of these cars, I always like to take a time to sort of lay the framework so you know exactly what components are needed for each particular build. So guys, make sure to stay tuned for the next video. You are not gonna wanna miss this. We're getting ready to unveil the finished product here for the Stage 3 Audi S6. Definitely huge thanks to the guys over at G&P Performance. My homie Nick is definitely helping me through this build, so I definitely appreciate all his dedication, knowledge, and support. Thank you guys so much for checking out today's video. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Have a great day.